Welcome to Soul Led Lifestyle Podcast with me, Adele McCoy, and my magical guests, giving you the strategy, tools, and activation you'll need to create your soul. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Soul Led Lifestyle Podcast with me, Adele McCoy. And today we're going to be talking about soul days. So soul days for me are days where I do absolutely nothing. And I mean that like kind of literal. I will sleep in, I will watch rubbish on TV, I may even eat junk food or order something in so I don't have to cook. I leave any clothes that need washing or any tidying up that needs to happen to the next day. And that wasn't something that was always easy for me to do, because, you know, I'd kind of grown up with my mum to make sure that certain things were done on certain days, and, you know, your home is like pristine and clean and tidy, and you can't let things be out of place. Now, my mum had me, and then 14 years later, she had 2 other children. And so things obviously changed once she had those kids. They went from babies to toddlers. So there was like, you know, kiddie mess, toys, blah, blah, blah. But between the 2 of us, we managed it. And then I have a hectic life because I have 5 children, but I have 3 of them under 9 years old. So you can imagine, I will tidy up and they will go behind me and mess up. I will wash the dishes, and within half an hour, there's stuff in the sink again. You know, I'm washing clothes every single day to make sure that there isn't piles and piles of clothes to be washed. And I have to do that because I have a big family. So having things like soul days was a foreign thing for me. It's like, I can't have a day where I do nothing. If there's a day that I don't have to work, then I'm going to use that day to clean my kitchen cupboards, or I'm going to use that day to do certain chores I've been putting off or whatever. Oh no, I couldn't possibly relax. And then I remember, the more in tune with my guides and being on my spiritual journey, they would tell me, stop, just do nothing. And I'll be a bit like, okay, I'll do it because I'm being told to do nothing, obviously for a reason. My body needs to rest. I need to drift in and out of consciousness, as it were, with having a nap here and there. Today needs to be that day, so I'm going to honour that. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy at first. You know, there was days where I'd be so guilty that I wasn't washing clothes, and in my mind it's like I'm thinking, oh, the clothes are building up, and tomorrow I'm going to have lots to do, and, you know, all of this type of thing. And oh, I really shouldn't order this food. I should be like steaming my veg and like making sure that the kids are having something nutritious to eat and not just getting a takeaway. I would hold that guilt. And, you know, it took a while, a couple of months, I'd say, to really sort of get into that flow. When there's days where I just need to stop, that's exactly what I'm going to do, because it's good for my soul. It's good for me as a human. And it's good for my family, because I then show up the next day feeling like $1 million, and I have the capacity to juggle my family and everything in such a beautiful way, because I've had that time to recoup. I've had that time to just do nothing. I've had that time where my mind doesn't have to be thinking about what needs to be done, you know, and it takes practice. Like, I will tell you, I had a soul day on Sunday just gone, and I have a fan in my bedroom on the ceiling because it's been hot. And I was literally looking at my fan. I was laying on the bed, looking at my fan, and I was literally thinking into every moment. And I thought, right now, I'm looking at this fan. Colour of the fan is silver. The breeze isn't really doing much, but it's something, so I'm not going to complain. Literally how my body was feeling, which parts of my body was benefiting the most from having the fan on, which parts could have done with something else, which parts of my body was aching, because we never notice, do we? Like, our body aches in certain places, especially as we get older. We never really know where, because we're so used to the pain. We're so used to carrying certain pains with us every day that it doesn't become a pain anymore, you know? And it's only when we're still, you know, normally when we're like dropping off to sleep or something, we'll notice, oh, there's like a twinge in my arm or my leg or like, you know, my back or whatever. But in those moments, when I having my soul day, I had many moments where I was just like proper like in my zone, feeling the energy of my body, feeling how I was breathing. Was I breathing fast? Was I breathing slow? Regulating my breath, really taking deep breaths into my lungs, really like taking it all in, feeling into my body. And I'm saying this to you guys now because it's important. It's a self-care. It's something that we all need to do. Just stopping is something that we all need to do, but consciously stopping. Not just saying, okay, I can't bother to do nothing today, I'm just going to sit around and do F all. You know, I'm just going to sit around, do nothing, whatever. Be conscious about doing nothing, because then you're in the moment and you have better appreciation for the nothingness, you know. And like just little things. I'd look out my window and the sun was shining, and although it was a lovely day and I could have been outside enjoying that sun or whatever, I was just appreciative that I was able to see the sky from the angle I was sat at my window, because it looked beautiful, and I still benefited from that sunshine just through the energy it brought through my window, and I appreciated that. Not many people would think of that, but that's how much I was kind of in that bubble, if you like. So much so that when Rufus got home, he was like, Adele, you're right. Like, he'd been out all day with my son, and he came home and he had loads of things to tell me, and usually I'd be like really invested, like, really? And then, oh really, so what happened with this, what happened? I was like, yeah, okay, that's interesting. And he was like, Adele, what's wrong with you? Why are you just sort of like in this bubble? It's like you're in a big like daze. And that's how I was all day. So when he came home with all of his stuff, it's kind of like bouncing off my bubble, and I'm just inside the bubble saying, oh really, okay, that's nice. You know, not that I didn't care, obviously. I wanted to know how his day went, but I was still in that energy. I was actually taking the moment of him talking to me, looking at the words, looking at his mouth as he spoke the words, looking at what state he was in because he was working on a house, and just like looking at every element of him and appreciating him as well, and being in that place of appreciation that, you know, I've got this man that comes home to me and he's amazing and he wants to share his day with me and he's happy to see us, and you know, he wants to know how my day's gone. And I was in that bubble of that as well. Everything that I was encountering that day was all of that energy, you know. I was playing with the girls. You can hear the kids, excuse me, you can hear them playing in the background. I was playing around with the girls. We were singing, we were dancing, we were just acting silly. And I was in that moment of that. Look at me acting like this now. Look at me dancing and singing my heart out to this song. Or, you know, look at the look on their faces that I am so involved in what they're doing, and just excitement that mum's doing it too. And, you know, it's almost like I took pictures in my mind of all of those memories. So when you're having your soul days, it's not just a case of slopping out and doing nothing. It's a case of being in each moment and really taking a snapshot of those moments, so that when you have days where you think, oh, today's a hard day, or it's been tiring or whatever, you've got those memories that you can say, oh, it was so nice when I had that day. And, you know, those little things, I really appreciated that day. And actually it's much like that today. There's been a lot of those elements in that today, but just in a different way, because I've been working, or I've been doing this or doing that. But all of those other things that I never really look at, you know, like my fan going around on my ceiling or whatever, you know, I don't appreciate it normally, but that day I did. You know, that day, the little piece of air, wind that it was giving me was I was appreciative of it. I can't even get the word out, but you know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, like, I guess the messages today is start taking soul days and take them as little or often as you like. You know, I spoke with a friend earlier who said that she has no plans for the week, and she's a spiritual woman as well. So I know that with there being no plans for the week, she'll be very much in her moments, in her seconds. You know, she has a family too, so she'll be very much taking in every moment with them, because she's had such a busy few weeks that this week she's like, I'm not doing nothing this week, just going to enjoy, you know, the time with my kids, doing nothing and just being in this bubble. And I totally got it. So you can do it that way. You can have soul days, soul weeks, or you can even have soul moments. So like, my day is quite full, but I always wake up and I always do my morning meditation, kind of to it kind of puts me where I need to be for the day. It's almost like spirit show me what needs to happen for the day. They, you know, kind of like sieve out all the things that I may have thought that I needed to do, what the most important things are to do, or the most proactive things that I need to touch on today, even if it's things I didn't really want to go into, but for whatever reason spirit showed it to me, so I have to go into them, I have to do them, I have to confront them, whatever it is. So I have to have my morning meditation. Without it, I feel like I'm walking like a loose cannon. I don't really know what's in store, don't really know what I should be doing. Not like that, because I'm not like stupid. I know what I should be doing every day, but I just like having that guidance. And where I'm so attuned to my guides, they give me that guidance very clearly. So, and like I said, I'm soul led, you know, I'm spirit led. So I get on with my day, and my day then becomes a day that is fulfilling, because I fulfilled so many little jobs or things, and you know, that I needed to do. So I start my day off like that, and then I'll be working. Like this week, I've been recording like podcasts with guests, trying to get a load of them done in bulk, so that then I can just sort of release them out week by week. And so, you know, I thought I'd drop this one in as I'm doing them, sort of thing. But I've just been working. It's been a mixture of work, pleasure, with like taking the kids out, socializing with friends, going to events, doing a mixture of stuff. But I'm always on the go. I never stop. People are like, how do you do it? But this is my life, really. I wouldn't change it for the world. I love being busy. I love having lots of things to do. But there's times where I have to take a moment. So there's soul moments, if you like. So you have to take a moment where, like for me, the meditation in the morning is my moment that starts me off for the day. My gratitude at night before I go to bed, it grounds me. It gets me back into, it's almost like when I do my gratitude list for the day, just before I go to bed, it puts good things in my mind, good thoughts, good feelings. So I go to sleep feeling amazing. And I usually have amazing dreams or visions and stuff like that. And then I wake up feeling good, you know. And then in between, where I can, I'll grab a moment. I don't know if I've mentioned it yet on any of these podcasts that you've watched so far, but I can meditate anywhere. I could be cooking dinner in the kitchen at the cooker and think, right, I'm just going to quickly zone out into a meditation. And I do it because it's fun. It's almost like addictive for me, because I like to be very connected with my tribe, with my spiritual tribe. And that's how I connect with them. It's a bit like sending a text to a good friend, knowing that they've always got like banter, or catching up with a friend on the phone. It's that sort of feeling for me. So I will zone out, have a meditation. That's me taking my little soul moment, you know. Or I might, I don't like reading books because I fall off to sleep. I never used to. But I'm finding as I get older, when I read books, it puts me to sleep. I have to listen to books. So I've got Audible. So there'll be times where I'll listen to a book and like maybe whilst doing the dinner or whatever. And these are my soul moments that I really appreciate, where kids tend to leave me alone when I'm in the kitchen. When I'm doing dishes, cooking food, the kids tend to leave me alone because I'm in my vibe. I like doing that. I like being in that place. And I like to just get on with it without everyone under my feet. So I can listen to a podcast or an audible and just kind of again zone out. That's my self-care. That's looking after me in between all the hecticness. And then I could feed the kids and do all of that stuff, and then have a client, have 2-3 clients back to back, and then all of that stuff. And then afterwards I ground, I clear as well, especially if I've had a full day of clients and stuff. I have to clear my energy, ground, and all of that. But yeah, so you can have soul moments is what I'm trying to say, as well as soul days. It could be that you want to do some yoga, or you want to just dance and feel into the music and move your body as your body wants to move, not feeling like you have to dance in beat to the step of the beat or whatever, but just swaying your body, moving your body, like, bending your body, twisting your body, because all of these things is what our body needs, and it feeds our soul, and I always say, like, dance and move like no one's watching, because if no one's not watching, you will do the most. When people's watching, if you're the type of character that doesn't like to be seen dancing or moving in any kind of way, you're not going to really free up yourself. You're not going to really express yourself. And so, when you've got time on your own where you can just move your body accordingly to whatever music that touches you in that moment, do it. Do it. Singing's a good one as well, like belting out a tune top of your lungs. Don't matter if you haven't got a great voice. It's not about the voice. It's about you using that throat chakra, you igniting that chakra, and it's bringing you pleasure because you're enjoying the song, and you don't care if you can't sing it properly, but you're just singing it anyway because it's making you feel good. All of these things, they're soul moments, and I feel that we need to be having them more because they're important. They're important for our soul, for us, but also for everyone who is touched by us in some way, our friends, our family, whatever, because then they get a better us. So start thinking about where you can have soul moments, soul days, or even soul weeks in your life. And, if you need help with that, you can jump into my inbox on Instagram. Ask me, what can I do? I've got a day to myself. How can I start my soul day? I can give you some, tips and stuff around that, and how to really be in that moment. And it does take practice. If you're not used to settling your mind and doing nothing, you are going to get the guilt. You are going to have your mind racing. Oh my gosh, I should be doing this, should be doing that. Oh, did I do this? Did I do that? Oh, maybe I should use this time now to finish off the book I've been writing, or maybe I should use this time now to whatever, just finding things to do when you just need to just stop and just understand that all those things will be there tomorrow, and it's not a big deal to stop. It's okay to stop. It's okay to do nothing. There's a lot of cultures as well that do have that. You go to places like Spain, they have like siesta in the middle of the day. Everyone's going for a nap. There's some countries, what country is it? I think it might be Italy, where like after a big meal they would have a nap and then come back and go for seconds and stuff like this. But I find that, especially in the UK, in London, it's so fast paced and everyone's on the go. Everyone has to be doing, everyone has to be moving, everyone has to be doing something. And if you're not doing something, then you must be lazy. Or if you're not, washing the clothes that's in the basket, knowing that it's there, well, then you must be a bad person or bad mum or whatever, because you're not keeping on top of everything. Like, that's so not true whatsoever. So not true whatsoever. Take these thoughts out of your mind, put them over there, and just enjoy centering yourself. Just enjoy being in the moment. Like right now, I'm in the moment. I'm looking at you through the camera lens. I'm really looking at the camera. I'm appreciative that I have this piece of equipment to be able to record this podcast I'm appreciative that I have the mic so that my sound sounds good on this podcast. Um, and I'm just appreciative that I have this time right now, even with my kids in the house. They've allowed me this time to sit with you guys and record this, So, yeah, I guess where I'm going with that. Have your soul moments, your soul days, your soul weeks or months if you want. Whatever you need for your soul at that time, ignite it and do it. Because I tell you what, when you offer that to your soul, you will get so much more out of life. And you see life through a different lens as well. You see life, I don't want to say through rose tinted glasses because that sounds quite fake, but you just see every little beauty in life. Obviously, life isn't all beautiful and lovely and love and light, as I like to say, but you take the beauty in stuff more. You notice the flowers blossoming on the trees. You notice the smell in the air when it's a nice smell when you're walking through a park, the freshness. You notice little things because you're so connected to your soul, and these are the things that light your soul up. So as soon as something ignites that feeling, it's there straight away. Whereas before, when you're not really doing that work, you can smell it, but it's nothing. You just, I'm walking through a park, so it's going to smell like this. There's no kind of appreciation in the fact that there are people planting patches of flowers in that area so that you have that sensory experience when you walk through that pathway in that park. It's deep. And I'm sure I'm going to have we're going to record another attachment to this Soul Day podcast, because I'm sure me and Carolissa will touch upon this in Powerful Portal. But thank you so much for joining me today. To find me, you can find me on Instagram under Adele McCoy. You can find me on Facebook under Adele McCoy. You can find me on my website, which is www.adelemccoy.com. And yeah, I'm here on, obviously, through my podcast, on YouTube. You can find me. So reach out. Let me know your thoughts as well in the comments. Let me know what you think. And yeah, thank you for listening. Take care.